Ez a skin. Ja, ez február 7-én jön. Akkor csak benne lesz a 2-ből a csaj. Mondtam, hogy az tud egy skin lesz. És akkor róluk fog szólni Deathstingerről, meg a LMB-kről fog szólni az új tom. Milyen Billy skin kap, tesó? Na jól van, szarrá bufolják Billy-t, tehát ezt nem hiszem el. Egy új Nia skin, oké, ez is basszó amúgy. Az FBI-t meg kell vegyem? De basszó.
We are live. Hello Twitch, hello YouTube.
Not chat.
Hello. Hi folks, welcome to the stream. I'm Community Director Eric Pope.
And I'm Community Manager Dork, and I am super excited to be welcoming you back to another Dead by Daylight live stream, and this time on a new set. Check out this set.
It's amazing, it's cozy, it's warm, the ceilings are tall like any great Montreal apartment. I'm probably sleeping here tonight, but thank you for tuning in. And just right at the start, I want you to know you can drop questions in the chat whenever you like. You have stuff that you see and you want to know more about. Our mod team are excellent. Shout out to Jocelyn, Mandy, and the mods out there. They will grab your questions and send them to us on this little monitor that you can't see, so feel free. We'll be checking in throughout the show to answer those. But we are here today for what? We're here to bring Alan Wake into the fog, into Dead by Daylight.
Yes, we are starting the year right with Dead by Daylight with Alan Wake, and I am super excited to get my hands on him.
Yeah, and I can remember playing the original back in 2010 because I'm old, and it's amazing. And I was so happy to see the multi-layered Alan there. The man knows how to wear layers. And then Remedy, defying all odds, 13 years later, bringing the sequel, blowing people away, critical acclaim, awards. So we're just so psyched to be able to collaborate with them on this.
Yeah, exactly. And Alan is such a gaming icon. Like, I couldn't think of any other character who fits right into our world other than Alan. And a better time to, like, I can't think of another time that he just meld right in until right now.
It's a perfect time. And speaking of timing, not just yet. At 12 o'clock noon Eastern time, so basically right after this show is when the chapter goes live. You'll be able to grab Alan yourself and start playing, and it's so exciting. But we don't want to jump right to that. We've got a whole show prepared for you. So let's talk about what's on tap for today.
Yeah, so we've got a slew of items to talk about today. Alan Wake content. We're going to start off with two chats I had yesterday with some people who couldn't be here for today's stream. The first one's going to be with Dave Rashad, who is going to walk us through how we brought Alan Wake into the world of Dead by Daylight and why the worlds between Remedy and behavior mesh together so well. Then we're going to take a look at a chat I had with Justin Banks, who is going to walk us through Tome 18, the Rift, and quality of life changes for the archives. And then we're going to pass this nice comfy couch over to Rose and Kirby, who are going to show us everything they have in store for the in-game store, including the Alan Wake and Iron Maiden collection that we mentioned in last anniversary stream.
Yes, the Maidens, I am
Lights out, modifier is lesz
and
szó.
Following that, I am
És
really
látunk
excited
gameplay, de jó.
Michael Nielsen, the team lead game design, will be joining us on the couch live to talk about something brand new to the game. Our first ever time-limited modifier, Lights Out. And he'll be sticking around to answer your questions as well after that. And we're going to have gameplay of the modifier with our Fog Whispers and some of our devs. So before we jump into all of this lovely content, we did want to mention to you watching on Twitch, Twitch drops are back. We took a little break last show. They are back now. We're psyched. The plan is for them to be back for the duration when we have more of these streams. And up on the screen, you can see what you get with those drops today.
Yes, so if you watch any Dead by Daylight stream in the Twitch directory, you'll be accumulating watch time towards earning these Twitch drops. So the first one being the Meg cutting-edge hairstyle. If you've been with us...
Szóval minden streamernél lehet. Ha 1 órát néztek, akkor megkapjátok ezt. Ha 2 órát, akkor ezt. Ha 3 órát néztek, akkor ezt. Minden DBD streamernél be van kapcsolva.
In Vogue jacket, and at 3 hours completing the entire look, you'll get the avant-garde leggings. Now this Twitch drop
Ez egy átszínezett skin csak, tényleg?
So you've got plenty of time to snag those cosmetics. And speaking of cosmetics, you might
Ott a
notice that we've got some nice
van.
DBD gear on right now. So if you see anything you like in the stream, go ahead and check out the Dead by Daylight shop to snag your own pieces.
Yeah, actually, look, keep that camera shot. They can see.
Vagy nézzük már meg az eredeti skint, szóljatok már nekem. Elfelejtsem, hogy nézzük meg az eredeti meg skint, hogy nekem megvan-e.
Sorry, camera guys. Yeah, and the cool thing about our merch shop is they're constantly updating the stock with new things. And there's a lot of cool stuff in store. There's cool stuff going up momentarily. So keep it tuned to the merch store, but maybe not during the show. Keep watching us.
Maybe
open another tab. But stick with us on the show.
Yeah, so now that we've got all of the housekeeping done, let's go ahead and take a look at my chat from yesterday with Dave Rashad, who's going to talk to us about how we brought Alan into the world of Dead by Daylight.
Épp idén vetted meg? Akkor szerintem nekem nem lesz meg. Na nézzük. Meséljek róla, hogy LMV-ket hogy csinálták meg a játékba, hogy hozták át ide. Amúgy tényleg a tökéletes karakter, aki beleillik a játékba. Nagyon durva, hogy mennyire beleillik LMV-k szerintem. Így a sztoria miatt, hogy így beleírta magát konkrétan a DBD világába. Nagyon basszó amúgy. Ez eddig hogy nem jutott eszembe soha? Ja, akkor meg sem fogjuk tudni nézni az eredetit, amúgy, hogyha karácsonyi volt.
The couch. I am once again your community manager, Dork, and I am pleased to be sitting down with who I hear is a long-time Alan Wake fan, Dave Richard. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
So yeah, so before we get into any of that, what
Milyen új frizurája van a
being a
fiúnak?
long-time Alan Wake fan?
Well, yeah, me and a lot of us on the team. You know, when we played the first title in 2010, that was before Dead by Daylight, of course, but we were already working on some ideas, some prototypes, some concepts that would eventually become Dead by Daylight. We try not to use too many sources of inspiration coming from the gaming world, but Alan Wake was special and it kind of stuck with us.
So with it being, you know, this kind of special thing, what were some things about Alan Wake that really resonated for you and your team with kind of developing and bringing Alan into our world?
Yeah, so the chapter was really an easy fit.
Itt Steam volt, akkor meg tudjuk nézni.
In between the two universe. You know, the dark place, the realm of the entity, how Alan Wake can reshape the world with his creative writing, and how memories shape the realm of the entity.
Olyan halk, nem?
The flashlight uses an offensive weapon, you know, we've talked with Remedy, our collaborator, on this, of course, and now we know that we also share a lot of inspiration. Yeah.
So then, with these inspirations that, you know, kind of pulling from the world of Alan Wake, which did
Ja, külön szettekből van összerakva a cucc? Aha, köszi Voodoo az infót.
Into the DBD universe.
Yeah. So, you know, our fans know that we love to go for classics. So usually we go for the first movie, the first book, the first title in everything we do as collaboration. For Alan, we are using the Alan Wake 2 appearance. We wanted to make sure, you know, like us, the fans of the series, we had to wait 13 years between the two titles. And for Alan, it was an eternity. He was stuck into the dark place. He was trying to get out. And we really wanted to show this experience being in that type of world. So that's why we are using the older Alan Wake.
Okay, so then with kind of constructing Alan, is it safe to say that we worked really
Ennek a streamnek a végén kopasz. Kezdünk el streamelni, ahogy ők végeztek. Vagy kezdjük el sorsolni a DLC-ket.
Actual physical, like, kind of iteration of Alan Ilkavilli.
Yeah, we had the pleasure to work with both. So yeah, we do have the likeness for Alan Wake. And we had the chance to create some new voice line for Alan in Dead by Daylight.
Awesome. So now that we've kind of talked about how Alan will sound and how he will look, what can you tell us about how Alan will play?
Nem, csak streamesek tudnak nyerni.
What are we thinking about with perks?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, it was quite an easy fit for Alan to be in Dead by Daylight. So there's 3 core pillars which we were working. So the first one is a given. It's the, you know, light vs darkness. Using a flashlight as a weapon was something important we wanted to explore. The second concept is Alan's creative writing and how it can shape the world. And the last one we wanted to show is how Alan will put himself in front of danger to protect others, even people that he doesn't know.
Okay. So with these themes, these core pillars of Alan, can you tell us how these came to light in his work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Én nem vagyok DBD fan, hogy legyen a szobám.
The first one is called Boon Illumination. So obviously it's a boon perk. When the survivors are in the zone of the boon, they will be able to see the auras of chests and generators. So we wanted to show a little bit how Alan can shape and influence the world like this. Obviously, it also comes with the passive to be able to create boons and destroy X's a little bit faster. The second perk is a given.
Ez érdekes boon lett amúgy.
Something with the flashlight, so it's called Champion of Light. So while the players are equipped with this perk and are using a flashlight, they will be under the effect of Ace.
Ez ki is pinelem ezt az izit, jó?
Hit the killer with the flashlight, you will not only blind them, but you will also put the injured status effect on them. And the last one is called...
Még nem bilán. Ez ennek a végén,
So with that perk, it will trigger when you are injured. And then you will get more skill checks when doing repairs and healing. So this will give you the chance to complete these actions faster, but with a little bit tougher skill check. And also, if you do miss them, the skill check, you will have the penalty halved.
So I've already been able to tell, Chuck, from posting our explainers on our socials, that players are really antsy to get their hands on these perks and actually try them out. So just to give players a little bit more, is there any other aspects of Alan that players can expect to see coming into Dead by Daylight?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So fans will be pleased to know that we wanted to take Alan's ability to shape worlds through his creative writing. To the archive, but I don't want to spoil too much. Justin Banks will talk more about that later. And also, fans of the series know that there's a lot of very important characters, not just Alan in the Alan Wake's series. So we wanted to do them justice as well. And
hoppá, valami az archive-val fog változni Alan miatt, az írásai miatt.
Just had to ask, as a longtime Alan Wake fan since 2010, how does it feel to finally have Alan coming into Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, it feels amazing. Such a natural fit. And yeah, we, during the production of DBD, we kind of forgot about Alan Wake.
Jó, megbeszéljük, Bidi, a végén megbeszéljük.
So when we learned that the second title was in the making and we talked with Remedy, we were so hyped to be able to welcome Alan in our universe. It's like completing the loop, completing the story.
Yes, and I am super excited to actually get my own hands on Alan and test him out in the fog. So thank you so much, Dave, for talking with me. Now we're going to go ahead and throw it back over to future me and Eric, and we're going to look at any of the questions you all posted in the chat, either Twitch or YouTube. Please feel free to share any comments you have or any questions you have about Alan coming in and our work with Remedy. And then we'll go ahead and pass it over to myself talking with Justin Banks about Tome 18 revision.
Ja, várjál, most hiszem, hogy más ruhában a Csajci, akkor ez előre felvett beszélgetés volt, az előző meg live volt? Ugye? Ezt tudjátok majd megszerezni Twitch Droppokba. 1 órát kell nézni ehhez, 2-t ehhez, 3-at ehhez. Csak ne felejtsétek el összekötni az akkuntotokat, a BV akkuntot a Twitch akkunttal.
And we are back.
Aha, ez a live.
Thank you to the ghost of Dork Path. That was wonderful. I'm so jealous.
Yeah,
sorry, dry throat. Dave is just like the sweetest human being, so
yeah,
you got
really
to spend
fun.
all that time with him.
Yeah, I loved all of his answers. It was awesome.
So we mentioned before we're going to check in throughout the stream to answer questions from the chat, and that's what we're here to do right now. So we've
Azt nem tudom, Mudo, hogy már most vagy, amikor vége lesz.
So, as we mentioned, you just saw the Twitch drops are enabled for this show, but not just the show, it's the whole directory for the next couple weeks. So, question number, actually we're getting information, the registration site's going a little slow. It's not you. Bear with us as we work through it. I think there's a lot of people right now that are trying
akkor már megy, csak egy kicsit bugos még.
Good thing, but just bear with us. So, question number 1. How will Twitch drops be available for our Switch players?
No, Billy,
so for players
most
for Switch,
Billy,
we're going to actually be dropping promo codes throughout the next coming week. So first, you'll go ahead and see it's going to be posted in the chat, so that you can get the cutting edge head for Meg. It's going live today, so go ahead and check out the chat for the live stream, either on YouTube or on Twitch, to go ahead and get that.
Check them on.
Yeah, you'll be able to get all 3 rewards throughout the next couple of weeks.
Cool. Let's just do some technical snafus that are hard to work around.
Akkor most
this
még
is our
nem.
way of getting you that content.
Most még nem, akkor a switchesek Zod, egy kódot kell majd keressél. De megkeressük neked.
If you're watching the stream on a mobile device, that's a good one.
Yes, as long as you are registered to claim Twitch drops, you should be able to get your Twitch drops.
Telóról is működik?
And question number 3 from Twitch as well.
De most mondták, Chris, pont most mondták.
It's not about drops. Shirtless Maurice when?
I'm very sad to see that this is a question. He's already shirtless. It's a horse.
Of course.
And doesn't have any clothes. So.
I would like to actually see a shirted Maurice.
Yeah, can we get a Twitch shirt from Maurice actually?
Thanks for the questions. Keep them coming. We're gonna keep doing this.
Lesz ami sztori is a játékhoz? Mire gondolsz,
Frontin? Be fun
Frontin?
ones, like you just saw. We don't have to be business all
Lesz-e
the
megint
time.
bugos árazás? Azt adnám.
But yeah, so since we've now learned why Alan is such a good fit, we're going to go ahead and pivot over to my talk with Justin Banks, who is going to show us through Tome 18, the Rift and some quality of life updates for the archives.
Na nézzük, a Riftet most mutatják meg, de a Rift az nem nagyon, srácok. A Rift az holnap jön, de megmutatják, hogy milyen lesz, meg hogy milyen update lesz LMV-k miatt. Valami lesz az archive-val, valamit beleír. Lehet, hogy lesz az új, hogy obszervátor, vagy ilyesmi. Mindjárt megtudjuk. És most telefonról is működni fog. Most rájöttek, kijavítottak minden bugot, úgyhogy mindenkinek tök jól kéne, hogy menjen. Mindenkinek tök jól kéne, hogy menjenek a droppok.
All right, we are back to the couch once again. Thank you so much for watching the stream. I am Community Manager Dork, and I'm very pleased to be sitting down with our Senior Product Manager, Justin Banks, to talk about Tome 18.
Justin!
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the stream.
Let's go.
Hi, I'm very happy to be here, and I have to say for everybody that I did learn the dance for Herald of Darkness, intending to dance on camera, but there is no room nor time. So sadly, I can't do it, but everyone behind the camera will see it later.
Yes, I can definitely attest that it was amazing. When I did see it, there was like sparks and everything. So I feel really badly for you all watching at home that you're not able to see this, but you know, we've got time to talk about Tome 18, so there's your consolation. So,
Gyorsan öltözik?
a
Ezek
couple of things to talk about here. So why don't you go ahead and start off by telling us a bit about Tome 18?
Sure thing. So Tome 18 we are calling Revision.
Revision?
Quite a few reasons. So one, it's featuring our favorite writer, Alan Wake, who's known to do a few revisions of his writing works himself.
Ezt tudjuk, hogy LMB-k lesz az egyik főszereplő.
To do some tweaks for quality of life for the archives in terms of how we approach challenges to really enhance the player experience, reduce friction, and just make the progression feel better.
Okay, mesélj.
We're definitely going to touch on those quality of life and other aspects
Ez
later,
izgalmas, amúgy actually.
can you tell me more about how Alan Wake fits into Tome 18?
Sure thing. I know Dave before had mentioned how
Szia,
it fits
Sam.
into
Hány skin? Azt
DBD
hiszem 3-at vagy 4-et
overall. It's a
láttunk?
perfect fit. I mean,
Sok skin lesz rá.
since the beginning of DBD, I think Alan Wake has always seemed like someone who fits into this world. And given that we are releasing the chapter at the same time as we normally release a tome, it made perfect sense to bring these two together, give him a chance to really write his own reality.
Ez nagyon
to
baszon
give
néz
players
ki.
a really interesting story to read. I mean, that's something that Alan Wake is known to do, to write things and they just happen. And that whole idea was something that was discussed with Remedy very early on to see how we could explore that more in the world of DBD. And without giving too much away to players, it is going to revolve around him writing an episode of Night Springs and how that pulls him into the entity's realm. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to have probably some theories around our player base. I know players love theorizing for the lore in DBD. It's definitely something we've seen.
Direkt ne várják rá, hogy majd mi kitaláljuk, hogy mi történt.
Alan Wake get it? Is this his own pocket universe? Is it did you create a door for the entity to pull him through? Is it his own version of the entity's realm? It's going to be a lot of fun.
Aha, szóval nem mondják el, hogy mi a pontos sztori. Ez okos amúgy.
Theorizing of both franchises, just trying to figure out how Alan came to be in Dead by Daylight. But thankfully for you all watching,
Elkapott
Tome
dive.
18, you'll be able to dive headfirst into that ocean of knowledge to really just get that feeling of how Alan came here. So let's go ahead and pivot a little bit and talk about the Rift. Am I right in assuming that there's some really fun, cool rewards that players can get their hands on?
I sure hope so. That's absolutely always the plan. We want to give players, the best cosmetics that we can. And since we are theming this one, tying it into Alan Wake, we want to be showcasing some very interesting content from there. But before I get ahead of myself, one of the main things we're bringing in with this Rift specifically is player cards.
Igen.
We released player cards for the first time in our previous release. Now,
jönnek újabb player cardok.
In the Rift, we're going to have player cards in every Rift from
Hurrá.
this point on. And they are going to be amazing. Some of these new Alan Wake themed player cards are even going to be
Ezek lesznek a ribbe.
the very first of their kind in DBD. And what sets these apart is animations. So whether you are looking at them in your lobby or the tally screen, there's going to be some very nice subtle animations.
Ilyen animáltok lesznek.
No, I
De
say subtle
jó.
because we want to preserve the feeling of, we want the game to still feel like DBD. We don't want fireworks or confetti going off everywhere. And when you get to the end of a match and there's 5 players showcasing things, it could get a bit messy. That being said, I think what the team has made is amazing. The Alan Wake fans are going to pick up on all of these for sure. For the ultra rare banner that we have,
Köszi, Ben Zsalint a
it's dead deer
követést.
in a lake with the water rippling around it. For the Alan Wake player badge, we have a lighthouse with the light circling around. I think they're going to look all just amazing. Remedy was a huge help in picking what is going to be the most meaningful and iconic to our players.
I'm really excited to get my hands on it as well, especially just the...
Egy szaros, egy sebzett vad, Hufi, egy sebzett vad.
That pull from the game, it was already such a striking image. So I'm just really looking forward to kind of really
Meg hát
having
ugye
that
az
hit by daylight. But you did mention charms, so what's that about?
So for the charms, I
A
mean, I
lighthouse
mentioned how
again.
Remedy is very helpful in us picking out iconic and meaningful elements from the game. And charms is just a great way for us to express that.
Ez
in
az
DBD.
új csármok, let's
One of the most
fucking
iconic ones
go.
we have is
Ez
our
az,
famous typewriter.
igen. Player
As an
cardok és
ultra rare,
csármok.
this one has
Ez
a
az.
secret message where if you look close,
Ez az.
you might see what he's trying to say. or
Ez az új
someone's trying to
csármok.
say.
Húhú.
Then we also have his iconic angel lamp. We have his
Nyomod,
adorable
nyomod.
little Alan figurine. And we
Mondjuk,
also
hogy
have
nem
an
rossz az az
OG
írógép, már nem
diner
azért.
thermos. A lot more. Like, we're not stopping just there. Then in
Nem
terms
adják
of
apa.
cosmetics for actual
Hoppá.
outfits,
Hoppá,
we've
outfitek is
got
jönnek.
a very nice
Átszínezettek.
one that I think players of Alan Wake 2 are going to recognize. We have an outfit called the Darker Side, which is Alan Wake dressing as his doppelganger, Mr. Scratch. Now, it's really cool. I think it's
Jó,
even
mondjuk
on
ez
the
tényleg
QR
baszon néz ki.
server. We really love
Ez
to
a Billy
showcase this.
skin, tesó, ez a Nia
And what's
skin.
better for the players is
Szegény
that it's
Félixről ne
available right
beszéljünk, de a
away in tier
többiek
1 of the premium
10
track.
per
So you
10,
get the
10
Rift
per
Pass
10.
Day 1, you get this outfit and you can run around as Alan Wake dressed as his doppelganger, Mr.
Szia,
Scratch.
Biggie.
I think it's super fun.
I'm really looking forward to seeing that as well. But I did want to come back a little bit with those assets we saw that were kind of going on the screen. I saw some that we didn't mention
Vámpír
earlier.
pornóból jött
Could you tell us
Félix.
more about those?
Nem rossz, nem
For
rossz.
sure. So the darker side is not only an outfit, but it's also a theme that we're using to lean into for these other ones. Thinking about what Mr. Scratch means to Alan Wake. What could we do with our characters, making them darker, more twisted than they actually are. So we have one for Nia, where she becomes more of a hardcore rebel. Another for Felix, where he's more of like an evil mastermind. Then there's
Igen.
killers, which are already fairly sad and twisted. So we tried to find ways to push them a little further. One for the hillbilly that kind of tugs on your heartstrings if you know his lore, as
Ez
I know
nagyon
you do,
basszó.
Yes.
where he's dressed as a superhero that he idolized from his childhood. Then
So Billy
another
egy
for the Death Slinger,
superhero.
where we could say after a mistake in his in his workshop, he's more machine than man.
Yeah, I already thinking that it's more, dark and twisted, that you all made such a compelling thing for the hillbilly. But, that just means that you all need to play hillbilly more. So, now let's go ahead and talk about some of the quality of life changes. As you mentioned earlier,
Nightmare
there were some that you worked on
6684 has
and
just tipped 50 amerikai dollár
So those
66
are
cent.
really cool, and I think it's-
Köszönjük szépen,
there's
Mr.
a lot that
Sponsor.
we wanted to approach for some time, and this was a really great opportunity for us to jump on it. So I want to point out first we have this idea of what we call the critical path. So that's always going to be the starting node of a level of the tome to the end. you know, for kind of the path of most resistance, I guess you can also think of. So what we wanted to tackle was making this as easy as possible. So, you know, no matter who you are, no matter what perks you have, characters, you can make it from start to end. So that's one of the things that we wanted to do, and we achieved that by removing some challenges that are a little too specific, or maybe you might not understand, like jump from a very high height or such. Removing challenges that require the interactions or behavior of other players, which, you know, can cause a standstill in some situations. It's just not all that much fun. And then just overall reducing the difficulty, you know, whether it's values or such. And that's not to say that there's not going to be any challenge at all. You know, we're just reducing the friction.
Köszönöm a 8. hónapot,
There's still going to
Sájmi.
be master
Mert
challenges that
13
are
bitet
asking
is
you to
pillanat.
do a little bit more, but overall it's going to be more fun, it's going to be more engaging, and it's just going to feel like you're doing less of the same thing back to back.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to those because, like you were saying, like you get into those moments where, you know, you are waiting to be the last person left in the match to find the hatch, or trying to point at a generator to get some cooperative points. So really looking forward to those.
Basszus, erről lemaradtam.
Are
Miről
there any other
beszéltek?
changes
Ez fontos volt szerintem.
happening to the challenges themselves, or just to the path, the core path?
Yeah, so everything there is more, I would say, design strategy for how the team approaches the construction of the challenges and the layout. Beyond that, there's also pure values. So to improve the progression speed, because it wasn't where we wanted it to be, we want more players to be able to progress through the rift, to be able to, you know, progress faster. To do that, we've changed the values of the normal challenges from 3 rift fragments when completed to 5. So just by doing any normal challenge, you're finishing half of a tier in the rift. Then for master challenges, we've bumped that up from 5 rift fragments to 8 rift fragments. To master challenge, you've almost finished a whole tier right there. I think that's going to make players feel like they're really moving along at a good speed by finishing a single challenge.
Ez nem jó ötlet, srácok, mert nem hallok semmit.
All that, so we kind of cap it off by just adjusting the number of
Nightmare
challenges that we have
6684 has just tipped 25 amerikai dollár 33 cent.
We're reducing it from about an
What
average
the
of
fuck?
20 challenges per level to 17, and that's also helping us reduce some of that repetition. So we're making sure, like, if a challenge is there, it's meaningful, it's fun, it's gonna, you know, it adds to the package.
All right. Well, Justin, thank you so much for your time today and talking with me about Tome 18. All these quality of life updates that are really awesome, as well as the Rift and the cosmetics. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. As I said, unfortunately, you won't be able to see Justin dance us out, and we can't sing out either. So we're going to go ahead and throw it to future me, who is with Eric, to look at the chat for any questions or comments anyone has put about Tome 18, and we're going to answer as many as we can. And then we're going to pass this nice warm couch over to Rose and Kirby. We're going to talk about all of the things they have in store coming to the store from the collections.
Ezt újra meg kell nézzük, mert hallott, fingom sincs, hogy mi van. Ez nagyon izgalmasnak hangzott, de fingom sincs, hogy mi van. Teljesen fekete a kép.
We are back again. Huge thank you to Justin Banks, easily in my top 10 favorite Justins at Behavior, talking us through the new tome and everything that's coming soon to DBD. It's been really cool to see the excitement and the love for the charms.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Let's fucking go,
so we do have some
Droppok,
questions we want
as
to cover from the chat. So thanks, folks, for submitting them. First one, is the tome launching at the same time as the DLC?
Nem, holnap.
No, the tome will be launching tomorrow, Wednesday, January 31st. So there's going to be a small window of delay, but yes.
Igen.
Cool. Here's one I've seen asked a lot. Will the night be re-enabled in the update?
Na nézzük, a Night
Yes, the
visszakerül.
night will be
Visszakerül.
returning with
Mondtam.
this DLC release at 12 p.m. EST, together with the perk Nowhere to Hide.
Mondtam, hogy visszajön. Visszajön a Nowhere to Hide is, meg a
Will
Night
previous
is.
chapters get player cards based on them, or will they only be for new chapters and rifts?
So we're going to be focusing on new chapters and rifts, but we're looking at ways to add for earlier characters at another time.
Cool.
Mhm.
And from YouTube, see, we're reading the YouTube chat too. From YouTube, someone wrote, OMG people, they don't read your messages.
We are reading them. We're very hard at work collecting our mod team. Shout out
Kezd ezt
for both
Knappertről,
on
visszaszokhatsz
YouTube
rá.
and on Twitch for going through the chats and
A
collecting
Night
as
kerül
many
vissza, meg a
questions
Nowhere to
and
Hide, ami most ki van
comments as they can,
kapcsolva.
But we are reading them and we'll be more than happy to answer them live on stream.
We actually love our YouTube community. We have a great YouTube community. There's a community tab on the DBD YouTube channel, and people are showing up. Super positive too, actually. So thank you for everyone who's participated in the YouTube community. We do listen, and we love you.
Jó sok lavan lesz, lehet.
We mentioned it.
De szerintem a Billikből lesz a legtöbb.
They're going to take our beautiful couch and take you on a journey through the upcoming collections that are coming in the store, with outfits from the Alan Wake collection, a first look at the Lunar New Year collection,
Lunar New Year.
of the outfits from the Iron Maiden collection. I wore my Maiden shirt today just because I usually wear it anyway. That we announced last year. So enjoy that.
Iron
Sorry
Maiden
I said the word
suits.
collection so many times. It's part of my contract. So let's check that out.
Na nézzük, most jó sok skin fognak mutatni, ami jönni fog. Look at the store. Na nézzük, mivel számoltunk, milyen skinekkel. Mindenki készítse a pénztárcáját, hölgyek, urak. Lesznek itt Iron Maiden skinek, lesznek az újévi skinekből, ugye a kínai újév, vagy mi az Isten, a Lunar Year Event. Abból is jönnek a skinek, meg hát amúgy is jönnek skinek. Most már itt vagytok? Let's go. Zsuzsi, meglátjuk.
Hello everyone, welcome to the
Hello.
store section. I'm Rose Lee, Senior Product Manager on Dead by Daylight, and I'm joined today by Kirby.
Hello.
Na őt még sose
Kirby and I are
láttuk.
both product manager
Szia,
on
Kirby.
Dead by Daylight's in-game store.
Ő nem valami magyar
Happy to be
rapper?
here for your first broadcast, Kirby. Can you tell the viewers a little bit
Mit
about
csinálsz
what
itt,
we do?
Kirby, vagy ki?
Sure. So we work closely with the production teams during the ideation and conception phase of the outfits. After that, we move on to the roadmap and the release strategy for the collections.
Kis szemfüles
This
vagy
release, you were
csirkefarhát.
really hands-on with the Alan Wake collection, while I was working with the Iron Maiden and Lunar New Year collections. I'm really excited to talk about all of these, but since this is the Alan Wake live stream, why don't we start with the Alan Wake collection?
Sure. We're really excited to have Alan Wake join Dead by Daylight, and we really tried to get as many looks as possible into the game. So I'll start with the two legendary outfits, Saga Anderson and Rose Marigold. So going for these two characters, we were really trying to strike a balance between
Ez az
Alan Wake
első
1
két
and
skin.
Alan Wake 2. Of course, Rose is from both games, but most fans will know her from the original Alan Wake, and Saga, of course, is the co-protagonist alongside Alan in Alan Wake 2.
Az LMV túlból jó lenne, hogyha nem spoilereznétek, mert nem láttam, srácok. What the fuck?
Because if you played Alan Wake 2, you'll know how important she is to the whole experience.
Aha, ezt a lányt szeretném megvenni a FBI-os csajszit.
We couldn't leave either her or Rose Marigold out of Dead by Daylight.
Rose supporting Rose. That's really exciting. How about Alan, though? Are we getting outfits from both games?
Yeah, of course. So for Alan, we tried to get as many of his main looks into the game as possible. So his default outfit will be based on his appearance in Alan Wake 2, but you'll also be able to try out some very rare outfits based on his classic look in the original Alan Wake.
Aha, lesz klasszik look, lesz level 2.
Outfit from Alan Wake 2. We're also happy to share that both Rose and Alan will have unique voice lines recorded by their original voice actors from Alan Wake 2.
Hoppá,
So
original voice-izék is lesznek.
we always try to get unique voice lines for licensed characters and legendary outfits. We're not always able to do so. So unfortunately, Saga won't have any unique voice lines, but we still wanted players to be able to get a chance to play as her in the fog, even though her legendary outfit won't have voice lines.
Aha, nincsen voice
So to
line
recap,
a lánynak.
the Alan Wake collection will be releasing with Saga and the classic Alan Wake today, and Rose and the Bright Falls Alan will be released February 7th.
Igen.
So we're excited
Kettő
to see
skin
these
most
coming
jön,
into the
2
fog,
február
but as Kirby
7-én.
mentioned before, those aren't the only collections to be excited about. Can you tell us more?
Yeah,
Can you
thanks,
tell us
Rose.
more?
So working with Iron Maiden has definitely been one of the coolest collaborations we've done to date, and we're thrilled to finally be able to give you a chance to see what we've been working on. For starters, we have 4 different Iron Maiden legendary outfits for killers.
Na
All of
nézzük.
these have been inspired by Eddie, the band's figurehead, off of images from their many album covers. The Doctor gets his Egyptian theme from Power Slave. The Death Swinger
Oh.
fits right in with art from Stranger and
What the
Strange Land
fuck?
off their album Somewhere in Time.
Ő kicsoda?
We have the Dredge, inspired by the cover art
Jó, ő
from
Dredge.
Man on the Edge. And
Ő
its album, The
Dredge.
X Factor.
Beszarok.
Finally, the Oni was the perfect choice
Oni?
to bring Senjutsu to life.
És ő ki?
Those are super cool
Ő
killer
ki?
outfits.
Ki volt a
But what
legoldali,
about
a
the
Black Ball
survivor
Show?
mains?
Azt a
of
rohadt
course,
milyen jól néznek ki
we've
amúgy.
created band T-shirts for all of the original survivors.
Ő volt Dredge?
It's a really cool way for survivor mains, as you said, to get in on the action.
Ezt már meg is vettem.
On
Braid
the backs of
lehet?
the shirts, we've got all of the Dead by Daylight realms listed as
Braid vagy
the tour
Blight?
locations,
De
which
basszol
is
lenne, ha
really
Blight
cool.
lenne.
And a couple of the shirts have something extra on them, but we'll leave you to find those on your own.
Lesz valami extra, amit nem árul el.
Licensed music this time, right?
We absolutely did. So when you equip any of these cosmetics, you'll be able to listen to Iron Maiden's classic Fear of the Dark in the lobby while you're waiting
Beszarok.
for
Ha ezt a
your
skint
queue.
veszed fel, akkor valami klasszik zenéket hallgathatod.
You'll be able to get them on February 22nd.
Nice.
February
Since announcing
22nd.
the Iron Maiden collection last anniversary, I've been super excited to see players' reactions.
Február
But now
22-e.
let's talk about the Lunar New Year collection.
Yeah, you got it.
És most jön a New Year
So it's the
Collection.
Year of the
Wow, a
Dragon
zene is
this
meg fog
year,
változni,
and
srácok,
we've
amíg
got
vártok a
outfits
lobbyba,
for
hogyha ilyen
Kate
skinetek
and
van, ilyen
June
Iron Maiden.
to celebrate. For
Ott a
Kate,
Zsuzsi,
the
tessék, Hufi.
inspiration's very clear. She's got a really big dragon around
Ő
the collar of her
kicsoda?
coat, which is really cool.
Ő ki
For
a
Yunjin,
sárkányos?
It's a unique color scheme to our Lunar New Year
Ő
cosmetics.
Katta, vagy ki?
White and pink, that is much more in line with the Korean New Year.
Ó, korai új év.
As well, the cosmetics from years past, though time limited before, will be making a permanent return
vagy
to the
sárkányon
store
anyagod van?
on February 8th.
Very nice.
akkor is február
Congrats on your broadcast debut,
7-e.
Kirby.
Thank you.
One last
Nem,
note
nem
for our
Feng,
viewers.
Zsuzsi volt.
Keep a lookout for additions for Nick Cage, the Valentine's Day, Biopunk, Setsubun, and the Neon Knights collection in the store coming this release. That's it for
Nicolas
us. We're passing
Cage-es.
it back to Eric live for a look at our brand new time-limited modifier Lights Out. Bye!
Bye! Aranyosan volt Krubi. Nem tudom miért nem rappel most, de aranyos volt. Mennyi rappelni, ahhoz értesz. Ne magyarázzál, de amúgy jó fejek voltak, nem aranyosak voltak. Ezt a srácot még sose láttuk, ez volt az első megjelenés így a streameken.
Thank you so much, Rose and Kirby. That was so awesome. God, Fear of the Dark. It's such a class. If people don't know it, you're gonna be blown away. And I'm so excited about that for people to be exposed to Iron Maiden for the first time. Mwah, chef's kiss. But before we dive into this, you don't even know who I'm talking to. I just wanted to mention we're still investigating the Twitch drop linking issue on the website. It's traffic. There's just so many of them.
Aha,
that
túl
wanna hit
sokan
those
akarnak,
drops.
hogy megint van
So
két.
hang in there.
Egy
Don't
kis
worry.
para.
And remember the drops. It's a whole 2-week period. So
Jó, nem
not
sikerült
gonna miss out on
megcsinálniuk,
it.
nem sikerült megcsinálniuk, nice.
But without further ado, it's reveal who I'm talking
DBD,
to. Dork is taking a break,
DBD.
and now we've got my friend Mike. So this is Michael Nielsen, our team lead from the game design team.
Őt
He's
se
joined
láttuk
us.
még,
He's
nem?
usually based out on the West Coast. He's flown out here to Montreal just to talk to you today about something we're both quite excited about.
látunk még soha.
Hopefully you'll be as well. And this is
Vannak
the
gondok
introduction of
a
time-limited
Twitch droppokkal,
modifiers.
szóval ha
Our
nem
first
kapjátok,
one
akkor
called Lights Out.
várnatok kell, mert
So,
túl sokan jönnek.
before going
Várjál,
too
lights
deep,
out, lights out!
First off, what is a modifier?
Yeah, so a modifier is our way of giving players a new way to play Dead by Daylight.
Aha, ez az új játékmód.
But without changing the major structure of the game and what people love about it. So, like I said, we won't be changing any of the main structure of Dead by Daylight. So, like win conditions and all of that will be staying the same.
Oké, a win condition az ugyanaz lesz.
But
Ugyanúgy
what we are
gyerekeket kell
changing
szerelni,
is
és ki
stuff
kell
like
jutni.
stats,
Meg kell ölni.
visibility factors, maybe some level design stuff. All of that is on the table. And we're starting out by
És ezért csak egy
introducing these
modifier,
time-limited
nem új játékmód.
modifiers because, well, we want to experiment. We want to throw a bunch of stuff out there and see what players like, what they don't like, and then
Ez csak egy próba lesz majd, srácok.
commit to something more permanent down the road.
So I heard you use the plural there, so it sounds like this is not a one-off, we're planning more of these.
Yeah, that's the idea. You know, it's all subject to change, but we hope to release one of these every 2 to 3 releases in the future. Over the past while, we've been working pretty hard on brainstorming and just testing and developing a bunch
Akkor,
of ideas.
ha szerencsénk
We've
van,
taken a very blue
két-három
sky approach,
cucconként kapunk egyet, szóval évente kettőt, ha szerencsénk van, évente 2 új játékmódot, rövid időre. Nem rossz, nem is annyira jó.
Each one is unique. They have their unique hooks. See what I did there?
Yes, it's a pun.
Yes.
Ez jó fejező, Pali, amúgy.
And
Komám, kedvelem, kedvelem.
but, you know, a lot of them look very
Csípom,
similar to
csípom.
Dead by Daylight, the normal Dead by Daylight gameplay, but will require you to play in a different way, to approach the game differently. And I would say that Lights Out fits squarely in that category.
Okay, so on that note, so I'm a person with high anxiety, especially when I'm playing Dead by Daylight. Just the name Lights Out evokes something in me. The idea of it being a darker experience is pretty scary.
Sötét
I'm
lesz.
assuming, was this part of the intention?
Absolutely. In fact, when we were first internally testing with these modifiers, this one was an idea that we called dark and scary. Like, that was literally the pitch. Let's create something dark and scary. And that's what we did. It's meant to really ratchet up that horror at the core of Dead by Daylight and the tension that comes with it.
Mindjárt látni fogunk belőle gameplayt is egyébként, srácok, hogy néz ki.
Dark. And, you know, you're not going to be able to see the killer coming from afar off, so there's going to be lots of surprises. You never know what's going to be around the next corner. We also really wanted this to be an immersive experience, to really make the game feel natural. So we've removed a lot of things. We removed some of the HUD from the game.
Nem lesz annyira a HUD.
Removed the scratch marks from
Nem lesz
the
scratch
survivors.
mark.
We removed the terror radius for
Nem
the
lesz
killers.
terror radius.
You will
What
not
the
have
fuck?
items or perks or offerings in this mode.
Se itemek, se perkek, se offeringek nem lesznek. De jó! Ezt nagyon fogom élni amúgy.
Fantastic.
Aha, no scratch, no terror radius, no add-ons, no offerings, no items, no perks. No loadout, nulla, semmi.
Is there anything else in the gameplay that you haven't mentioned yet?
Így ez nagyon izgalmas lesz.
There will be more chests on the map. So you won't start with any
More
items
chests?
in a trial, but you will be able to find them. And those chests will also give you higher quality items.
És 4 map lesz benne.
To our players.
De jó.
You won't be able to see the auras of generators, but you will be able to hear them right from the start of the match. And that'll help you locate your objectives. Also, we've only got a limited number of maps that you can play on, so you can play on Ormond, Family Residence, Treatment Theater, and Decimated Borgo.
Right, and some eagle-eyed people who are in the
Welcome back,
PTB
Tokyo.
may have noticed a little change in our main menu. Some people in the chat might be wondering, okay, so this is a temporary thing. Is it the only thing you can play in Dead by Daylight during this time-limited modifier being in the game?
No, in fact. We specifically made it so that this is separate from normal Dead by Daylight. So yeah, in the main menu there's a new button that will take you to Lights Out, and that's got its own separate player queue.
De jó, ez nagyon kellett már a DVD-nek. Ez nagyon kellett már a DVD-nek.
So the design team I like to think of as a bunch of mad scientists in your lab cooking up all your experiments, and
that's fair.
It's got to be a fun moment when you finally get people play testing things like this for the first time. What was it like?
Yeah, it was tons of fun. You know, as designers, we really look for that moment of just recognition when we know people are having a good time.
Nem tudsz pippelni meg semmi.
When we first tested out this modifier, we found that, you know, there were lots of screams, there were lots of laughs. It was a good time, and that's a really good sign. Of course, we did a lot of iterating to really massage it into as best a version as we could get. But we really hope that everybody's going to enjoy it. I also hope that all of our old school Dead by Daylight fans from when it was initially released are going to enjoy it as well.
Igen, akkor nagyon sötét volt a játék az elején.
We've spent a lot of time over the last 7 years putting new stuff into the game, and a lot of that has been stripped out for this modifier. So it's got kind of an old school feel.
Azt nem mondták, hogy a killerek azok le vannak korlátozva, ugye? Azt nem mondták, hogy mennyi killerre lehet jönni.
To that point, do you have any tips for people playing Lights Out for the first time?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, I would say, you know, keep your expectations in check. They can be deceiving. It will look like a normal game of Dead by Daylight, but you won't be able to survive in the same ways. You'll have to approach it in a new way. And don't be too discouraged if it's harder to survive. You know, we really wanted this to be a challenging and terrifying experience. So you may not find that exit gate quite as easy as you are used to. That said, we've got a lot of ideas for the future, and we've really got our ears open for feedback. So what you like, what you don't like, please let us know. and you know, we'll keep that in mind.
Aha, ez
for
egy ilyen
future
teszt, hogy mi jön be az embereknek és mi
Fantastic,
nem.
Mike. Thank you so much. So,
Nagyon izgi.
the Lights Out modifier goes live February 7th.
Ez is
It's gonna
február
last
7-én
until
jön.
February 14th, and if you're like me and you don't
Ó,
know what's
egész rövid
happening
ideig
5
lesz.
minutes from now, a great way to get reminded of when it goes live is to sign
Nagyon
up for the
rövid
DBD
ideig lesz.
newsletter. And
Azt mondja,
on
legalább
top
egy
of that, just to
hónapig.
sweeten the pot, when you get the newsletter reminding you that Lights Out is available, we're going to give you 150,000 blood points. Easy peasy. So go sign up there.
Február 15-öt mondott, nem? Február 10 valamennyit mondta, jól értettem. Nagyon kevés ideig lesz.
The most important thing is your
Vagy
feedback.
félreértettem.
My team is out there on all of the channels, as I already mentioned. We love YouTube as much as we love Twitch, but also
Aha,
we're on Discord, we're on
követjét.
Reddit, we're everywhere.
Bye,
We want to hear what you think. Once it's
bye.
playable, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, what could be improved, how you would change it, and of course, what additional modifiers might be cool for the future. We'll bring that feedback all over to Mike and team, and they will head back to the lab and get back to cooking some more cool stuff.
Aha, azért ilyen rövid,
Bring
mert
it,
csak
yes.
próba, aha, mert csak
So, I mentioned
próbálgatják.
before, we actually have some gameplay cooked up for you with a
Na
couple
nézzük
of
a
our
gameplayt.
colleagues from Mike's team. We've got Jeff, and from my team, we've got Peanuts, and they are playing with some of our fog whisperers. So we're going to toss it over to them right now, and then we'll be
Nagyon
back to
tolni
answer
fogják a
some
DBD-t? Hogy
questions
érted?
about Lights Out with Mike. So stick around, Mike, and stick around.
Aha, igazad
folks
lehet,
at
Jedi,
home,
igazad
and
lehet.
enjoy the gameplay.
Na nézzük, így néz ki a gameplay az új játékmódban. Most megláthatjuk a fogviszpörökről, meg egy-két
Hello everyone, welcome to the gameplay portion of our stream.
DBD-stől.
I'm Peanuts, one of the community managers on Dead by Daylights. Today we're going to be checking out the Lights Out modifier, but of course I can't play alone, so I have some special guests joining me. First up, we have the person sitting next to me, Jeff.
Hey everyone, my name is Jeff, and I'm a game designer on Dead by Daylight.
My name is Jeff.
Welcome, Jeff. We also have some fog whisperers joining us today. So
Így ezt kell
first up,
mondani, nem?
Lady Confetti.
Hi everyone, I am a Lady Confetti. I am a variety content creator. I play a lot of baby daddy simulators, and I'm also the founder of Sisters of the Fog.
Awesome to have you. Next up, we have Arinka.
Hello, I'm Rinka. I am a Latina fog whisperer and variety content creator on Twitch, and I'm really excited and nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Aha, picit
Welcome, Rinka. Thanks
visszhangosak.
for joining us. And then last but certainly not least, we have that violin chick.
Hi, I'm the Violin Chick. I'm a fog whisperer, Twitch ambassador, and a music and variety game streamer.
Welcome TVC.
Jeffnek
Okay,
nagyon
so
tetszett.
we're just about to hop into our first
Láttad
match.
Jeffet? Láttalak, Jeff?
And I don't know if you guys have played this before, but it's kind of scary. It's awfully dark.
Oh God.
I'm not afraid of the dark.
There's no
I am.
loadout.
Yeah, no perks,
I
no
was
nothing.
never afraid of the dark. Na nyomjátok, mert már látni akarok.
One of the things I'm going to be taking advantage of is the fact that there's no tear radius, so I'm hoping to kind of just show up out of nowhere before you can react.
Oh no.
Ők is először játszanak akkor?
That's exactly why we're nervous.
I'm not scared, I'm tough.
Semmi perk,
Fortunately,
nulla
I'm
perk, nem, semmilyen
awful
perket nem
at
lehet
Hillbilly,
hozni.
so I won't be playing Hillbilly and just showing up behind you with the chainsaw. Yeah, I'm a nice guy, you know.
Looking forward to it.
Elfelejtették átváltani a...
So
Na,
dark.
let's go. Fú, egy picit hangos. Nem baj, menjen.
This is probably a good time to
Azt
mention
a...
that I'm
Ja, és a
still
killer
not
látja azért a
playing the
cseneket.
layout, so
Jó, a
I'm
szörvék nem fogják látni, csak hallják, van hangja.
I'll find my way around.
Van hangja a cseneknek, hogy meg tud találni hang alapján őket.
Also,
Megvan. És akkor bármilyen killert lehet hozni?
more chests in this
Aha.
modifier.
Az lehet, hogy probléma lesz a sok.
Better loot than they do in a normal game.
Ja, oké, akkor a chestekben jobb lesz a loot, jobb ütemeket tudsz a chestbe szerezni. De basszó amúgy. És ugye nincs terror radius. A killernek egyáltalán nincs terror
The reason I'm
radiusa.
playing Legion is because it helps me find people, because I absolutely do not know where anyone is.
Aha, igen, azért játszik Legion, mert így meg tudja találni a többieket. Mert ő se lát semmit, nincsenek scratch markok egyébként, srácok. Le tudjátok rázni a killereket. Nem látják, hogy hova mész.
But I don't know. Oh, there you are. Fine.
De jó, ez nagyon jó ötlet
I
szerintem.
needed to mend. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're just doing your gen. Oh.
TCM csészek?
I like it.
Amúgy.
So as you
Don't take my pellet away.
Így van, ha be akarsz kakilni, ezzel kell nyomni ezzel a gémmel. Ideje Myers játszani? Hát ott most itt Myersnek nem lesz esélye. Aha. Mert úgyis terror rádiusz. Szóval... Igen. Nurse-nek hallják majd, hogyha blinkel, ugye, valami hal killerek játszik így gyors. Chucky ugye nevetgél. Killer Power, ahogy látom, van akkor a játékmódban. A Killer Power-t nem vették ki, szóval a killernek használta a power-jait. Szerintem egyébként, hogy Nyuszi lesz az egyik legjobb. Mert nincs terrorádiusz, és le tudod őket snipe-olni, ahogy meglátod őket. És ők nem tudják, hogy jössz. Szerintem actually. Piggy? No. Nem énekel, nincsen szerintem. Azért mutatták vele, nem? Vagy mondjuk az nem terrorádiusz, true. Ugye, azt nem terrorádiusznak számít. Aha, igazad lehet. Ha nincsen a dalolászás, akkor szerintem nem véletlenül mutatták Huntress-szel. Buba egyébként nagyon erős lesz, aha. Oda mész, elhúzod a chainsaw-t és megölöd őket. Aha, Buba nagyon jó lesz. Buba amúgy action nagyon jó lesz. Hát nem, ez is nagyon hangos. Hallod, hogy hogy jön. Beszart legrebelte.
I'm so sorry.
No progress, but like it's tripping me out a little bit.
Hogy igaz is csak hangokat hallana? Túl nehéz lenne, szerintem túl sok generátor van. Fordítva van a hang? Fordítva. Tényleg? Tényleg? Fordítva van a hang. Freddy TP-t mennyire fogod látni? Hát hallani inkább, mint látni. Aha, Buba szerintem nagyon jó lesz, Buba nagyon vicces lesz itt. Hát ez csak Barbun, ez csak teszt. Ez csak teszt, hogy mi jön be az embereknek, mi tetszik. Szép volt amúgy.
When you play against Peanuts, it's very lopsided. We need a hand to win this, you know?
Brutál Billy verse lesz rossz szerintem, főleg, hogyha használhatod ugye a chainsaw-t. Nincsen red station, nem, nincs terrorádiusz ugye. Szóval teljesen nem tudják, csak magát a karaktert hallhatják, ha jön. Ha valami sötét skin kell majd összerakni, valami nem valami világítós, hanem valami nagyon sötét skin. Gondolod, de én ezt a játékmódot tuti Claudiával fogom játszani, amúgy no joke. Full Claudia abuser leszek. Aki tud loopolni, annak ez fangame lesz. Aki nem a perkekre agyatkozik, aha. És vágja a mappokat. Nem tudom, mennyire változtatták meg a mappot. Megváltoztatták a mappot? Nehéz megmondani, nem? Ha nem változtatták meg és vágod a mappot, akkor aha, akkor az neked nagyon jó lesz. Ez egy külön játékmód teszi. Nyugodtan játszhatsz rendesen, de egy hétig lesz február 7-től egy ilyen játékmód. És ha akarod, akkor ezt játszod. De nagyon kevés ideig lesz sajnos. Ja, vagy ésszel, ja. Csak észre szerintem nincs a... Hát az alapskinje. Ész alapskinjével jössz. Full halk vagy. Aha, az is nagyot mehet. Az is nagyot mehet. És tényleg kicsit nehéz zágni? Hát igen, de Dredge powerbe is szét tudsz loopolni. Dredge-eket ugye ott se látsz sokat. Szóval igazából láttuk már, hogy ezt azért meg lehet csinálni. Kár, hogy nem örökké lesz ez, mármint simán behagyhatták volna. Hát ez csak egy tesztalma, hogy mi tetszik az embereknek, hogy mi volt, ami rossz volt ebben a játékmódban, mi volt, ami jó volt, és akkor úgy tudnak majd tovább menni és csinálni még jobbakat.
This as hag would be a nightmare, and I'm here for it.
Honestly, it kind of what.
Szagát akarod? Kell neked ez a figura? Mennyi gengrebb lesz? Lesz egy pár.
Yes.
Ja, hogyha nagyon tetszik az embereknek, akkor biztos, hogy meghosszabbítják, vagy visszarakják, hogy azt mondják, hogy iszonyat baszó volt. Basszómontást kell csinálni? Téged kell már basszón megcsinálni montásba? Aha, ez amúgy jó ötlet volt tőle, hogy Legion-t hozott, mert így látja a többieket, látja, hogy melyik gen kell megakadályozni. Szóval úgy strong. Nagyon, szerintem Legion nagyon strong lesz.
Don't give them ideas.
És a HUD is kevesebb, a HUD-on is kevesebbet látsz. Gondolom nem tudod kinek hagyadik hookja, meg ilyenek szörvi oldalt. Kár, hogy nem mutatják a szörvi povot, csak őt. Ritkán mutatták csak a szervüket, nem? És ez nem tudom, ez azt jelenti, hogy megjavították a custom lobbit? Mert ez custom lobby, és jól néz ki, ahogy látjuk a killert, nem? Lehet, hogy jók lesznek a customok?
Maybe.
Oh, you died. I'm dead.
Kevin, ez meg mert sztrájkolni fog a közösség, hogy ilyet akar? Szerintem igen, ez nagyon tetszik nekem is. Szerintem küldit lehet így csinálni, meg pippelni, akkor jó lesz, szerintem küldit talán. Ilyen különleges küldit, de szerintem biztos, hogy nem lesz pipp ebbe a játékmódba.
It is surprisingly hard to track.
Kinda csinálás, mert aurát nem kéne adnia? Ez nem aura. Mármint a power az nem aura reading.
So you can hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Az killer instinct, ugye?
The audio is the only thing I have to go on.
Milyen nézők lesznek így? Vadak. Ebből biztos, hogy csinálunk egyébként egy versenyt, ezt most mondom nektek. Hogy fixen csinálunk valami versenyt ebből a játékmódból. Gyorsabban az egy hétben, amíg lehet. Összeszervezünk egyet. Összeülök a szponzorokkal, és valamit össze kell röttyentsünk, mert ez nagyon tetszik.
So does anybody know how many generators are actually done?
Honestly,
Ez külön szerver nekik? Igen? Gondolod?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
De neki szerintem custom game-ekbe játszák, mert eddig is custom game-ekbe játszották, és bugos volt. Várjál, csak ne kell annyit üvöltenem. Például amikor Chuckit mutatták be, akkor Chuckit is custom-on játszották, ugyanígy haverok nyomták így a DBD-ből, és iszonyatosan bugos volt a kép, és nem tudták nézni Chuckit rendesen. Szóval szerintem ez custom game. És szerintem kicsit lehet, hogy javítottak rajta. Aha, tényleg nem jelzi, hogy mennyi gen kell még. Ez nem spectate? Pedig eddig spectate-nek csinálták.
Oh yeah, we're at the edge of the map.
Igen, 6-kor jön a frissítés, így van, és 7-kor jön a DLC. Ez solo cube amúgy nagyon cool lesz szerintem. Nem mindenkinek való, az tuti.
Yeah, so often I just end up at the edge of the map, thinking that there's something there.
Képernyő felvétel, és akkor hogy switch-el közben? Ugyanúgy switch-el, mint hogyha izé lenne, mint hogyha custom lesz. Szerintem ez custom game amúgy. És ők se látják, hogy mennyi gen kell, mert most a szervit nézzük. Szóval a szervik se tudják, hogy mennyi gen van hátra. Szóval most érted, most genezzek, vagy már nyissam az ajtót?
I'm trying to sneak up on people, but honestly most of the time I'm just kind of wandering around.
A killer látja az izéket, igen, a... Hogy hívják, de ők nem tudják. Felveszi videóba és váltak nézőpontot? Eddig nem így csinálták. Már föltető? Na várjál. Várjatok? Sorry. Ki kell lépjek a DBD-ből akkor. Gyorsan súnyiba kilépek. Elkezdem én is letölteni közben. One secundo, guys, one secundo.
The darkness. Not seeing the traps ever.
I really thought that was gonna be our last one.
Nem látja a húkokat se, látod? Csak a geneket látja. Nem látja, hogy hova kell mennie. Ja, de látja, ott van, sorry. Csak akkor kevesebb húk van szerintem. Nem, az is egy gen. Nem, az egy húk, aha. Szerintem kevesebb húk van. 7-től van a DLC, 7-től van a DLC.
Oh.
It is hidden for me too though, so I have to like actually go out of my way to check.
Neked még nem lehet? Én már töltöm. Ugyanabban a skinben is ugyanazzal? Na már nézzek, már megjelentek a tryhardok, Jó, hallott srácok? Menjünk ugyanabban a skinbe, ugyanúgy nézzük ki, zavarjuk össze a killert, illetve legtöbb esélyünk nyerni. Rendben, top midről jön a sötétség felől. Jó, oké, 10 óránál szerelem a chat, ez a harmadik gen, számoltam, nem olvastam a chatet. Rendben, oké, go. Jó, nyissátok az ajtót, az ajtó ott van balra, a másik balra, te hülye. Már nyomja, nézd meg, már nyomja. Abszolút még nem lehet, egy pillanat is lehet. Egy pillanat is lehet. Szerintem nem kevesebb puk van, csak ami az orrod előtt lenne, azt nem látod, mert nem mutatja az óráját. True, ez is lehet. Az is lehet. Na ennek a streamnek végig is elkezdjük kisorsolni a DLC-ket, jó? Mindjárt jelentkezhettek rá.
I was standing there for way too long, just hoping someone would run over there, and then I realized I guess you're healing, so... Wasted a lot of time, but that's okay.
Na vajon ki jutnak? Szia papi, szia.
You're back here again, aren't you?
Oh my lord.
Aha, semmi terror rádius, szegény gyerek. Folyamatosan 360-ban fogsz körözni a Jen körül a kameráddal, hogy honnan jön. Elemvég DLC-ket sorsolunk ki, 10 darab elemvég DLC-t. Lehet, hogy nem mindet ma. Lehet most kisorsolunk 2-3-at, holnap is kisorsolunk 2-3-at, utána is kisorsolunk 2-3-at. 10? Hát... Nagyban játszunk. Csak steameseknek, igen, ez most csak steameseknek szól. Végtelen DLC? Végtelen DLC. Hogy észrevette a Chelsea, szép volt. És nyitott egy flashlightot. Hello friends, this is Otz. Ez nagyon OP, hogy Legend hozott amúgy. És a 2 ember sajnos meghalt. És egymás mellett ilyen közel vannak a Jenek. Itt van benne egy a segben, nem? Vagy mi most a segget halljuk, csak fordítottba? A seggent halljuk? Olyan, hogy a seg mellett hallanánk. Aha, nagyon fura. Az audio az teljesen káosz. Légió legyen bannolva? Hát ezeket a visszajelzéseket majd mondhatjátok, Krisz. És akkor a következő játékmódot úgy csinálják meg, ahogy nektek tetszik. Még nem tudsz, Bozsa, még nem tudsz, szia egyébként. Mindjárt átbeszélünk mindent, csak legyen vége a streamnek. Fura játszik a csávó? Mármint, hogy milyen fura benne. Most Steameseknek sorsunk csak, de egyébként szokott lenni mindenféle sorsolás mindenkinek. Most csak Steameseknek. Hogy ne kell annyit izélni, nem pörögjön a dolog, tudod, mert elsőként is játszani, stb. Nézhessük az új chaptert, LMV-k, mindenféle huncutság. Ez most milyen stream? Ez a DBD-nek a streamje. Itt mutatják be most az újdonságokat, így beszélnek az új infókról, most ezt nézzük együtt veletek. Szia egyébként, de Midnight Family. Még mindig nem lehet? Nincs mit. Most már, ő neki jelzi, hogy és a killernek még azt is jelzi, hol vannak az ajtók. A szörvingnek ugye semmit nem jelez, és perket se hozhatnak. Cute!
I hope you can hear the Oh my god.
Elbújt, mert nincs scratch mark, ugye?
I was holding my breath.
I forgot! I was like, why is my screen getting darker?
The sliver that was left.
Nem hajos, nem látja.
Oh, you've gotta be here, I heard the gate.
Nem tudja.
Oh, you were there.
Nice, és kijutott végül. GG, szép munka.
Good game.
Aha, igen, ezt feltölthetjük majd YouTube-ra, persze.
I thought you were a survivor.
I'm just a sneaky guy.
Be tudod claimelni a feget megnek? Nice. Smart play volt amúgy, igen. Nagyon funnak tűnik.
That's the fun thing. I like how any killer can be a stealth killer with this.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for playing with me.
Nem mutatják, hogy lehet-e pippelni, szerintem nem lehet.
Where can people find you? So, Milady Confetti, where can people find you?
You can find me at Milady Confetti on all platforms. That is Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Actually, I left Twitter, so don't follow me there. And YouTube. Yes.
Awesome. And then Rinka, where can people find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/Rinka or RinkaTTV on most socials. And yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz.
And TVC, where can people find you?
Rocky, viselkedjél.
That Violin Chick on almost all platforms. Easiest is thatviolinchick.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for playing with me. I hope you all have a lot of fun playing this modifier. And in the meantime, we're going to throw things over to Mike and Eric on the couch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
My name is Jan.
That was delightful, so fun to watch. We were
Akkor megjött boxra is a fissütés.
giggling the entire time watching. So, as mentioned, we're going to answer some questions, but first, happy to say the website for linking your Twitch account is back up and working.
Jó, újra működik, jó, újra tudjátok a droppokat szerezni, összekötni az akkuntotokat.
Let's get it crashed a second time with thousands and thousands of you delightful people out there. Please don't crash it. Now let's dive into some questions about that. Super fun to watch. So first off, as a reminder, when is Lights Out coming to DBD?
Right. As a reminder, February 7th through the 14th.
Okie dokie.
14-ig, jó.
Just in a few days. 7-től 14-ig. Can you remind folks what's the pace going to be like going forward for modifiers?
Well, we're hoping to have one show up every few releases.
Még nem, Zoltán, még nem. In-game-en már, hogyha letöltötted, meg tudod venni, a DLC egy óra múlva jön.
Chapter's already coming, so we want to get through the show.
Nice, Blue Bebe.
Is the modifier available in custom games, or is it just in regular play for a period of time?
So it's played via the modifier queue and no custom game support for now.
Okay.
Nem lehet custom gamezni, akkor nem lesz belőle verseny.
So can we progress through the Rift Pass by playing the Lights Out modifier? So yes, you can. The intention is to be no trade-off for playing the modifier versus the main queue in terms of Rift progress. The only exception is that some elements won't be completed in there due to how the modifier works, like perk challenges, obviously, not being achievable since you got no perks.
Szóval lehet küldetéseket csinálni, csak perkeseket nem pölöl.
There is, this is just to clarify something. So there's a blank loadout for both roles going into the modifier, but survivors can open chests for slightly rarer items than usual. And next, will the modifier be replacing the lunar event this year? And it is not replacing the lunar event this year. Modifiers are separate features from the in-game events that you know and love.
Tovább vagyunk sokkal. Vagy egy kicsivel biztos. Nem lesz 9-kor vége a streamnek.
You can stay tuned to our channels to find out what is happening. And we do have some store questions from Rose's
lesz Pip? Nem beszéltek rá, nem tudom. Lesz Pip szerintetek?
Oh god, the font just changed. Questions about the store. Are all the Alan Wake outfits locked? And the answer is Saga and Rose are locked, but Alan Wake's outfits are mix and match. Next question, this is a great one, and I meant to mention it earlier actually, is the licensed music from Iron Maiden being covered for content creators. So use the anonymous mode in the game. It will disable the music because for sure you don't want to get caught by DMCA.
Okay.
And all right. That's all the questions we got. Sorry for
ezt nekem jól tudni, nektek nem fontos.
We just wanted to kind of wrap things up. So Mike, thank you so much for your time joining us. And thank you for enjoying this segment. We're going to bring Dork back out here to wrap things up.
Logikusnak hangzik, Krisz. Azért adtam valahogy, ha beszélnek róla.
Thank you so much.
Ez a csávon nagyon szimpi volt. Én még sosem láttam, de nagyon szimpatikus volt, nem? A kis nagyon hozzáértő volt, meg tetszett a stílusa, tetszett, ahogy beszélt. Nagy carry volt ebbe a szegmensbe. Jó van, well played DBD, well played. Szép volt. Hozták, amit kellett. Hát ez tuti nagyon felkavarja most a DBD-t. Sajnálom, hogy csak egy hétig lesz, de szét fogjuk játszani ezt a játékmódot szerintem. Nagyon fannak tűnik. Úgyhogy fogok csetet olvasni közben. Ez egy másik tészta. Arról nem kell beszéljünk. Hogy hívják az őrült lovat? Nem tudom. Akarom tudni? Ha már be tudtátok húzni akkor az első részét a cuccnak. A droppoknak.
Dork, welcome back.
Thank you.
Very seamless transition there. So if you count our last show, you will remember we capped it off with something we're calling our future design updates.
Na nézzük a future design update-eket.
Love roadmaps.
Let's go, let's roadmap.
Let you know what's coming. And so the idea is, this is not about the massive, big content that's coming beat by beat, but it's more about the day-to-day live balance-related content and features and tweaks and balance updates that we wanted you to be aware of that are coming in 2024. So, as roadmaps are living things, they can sometimes change. Happy to say that what's changed since we showed it to you in the last show is just a few things have been added, actually. So that's what we're going to focus on today. We're not going to go through the entire asset, the entire image, because there's a lot on there. So we're just going to focus on the new stuff. And we're going to start off
Így van, az Anti-Twitchen is ezzel jön Octane. Igen.
Yes, so these
Na
are
nézzük,
all
ezek
updates that are
várhatóak
going
most.
into the live game today with the Alan Wake chapter.
Remélem valaki cicával nézi.
Save the best for last, also known as Stabiffle.
Igen, most, ezek most jönnek.
So
Na
this went
tessék.
to the PTB with the caveat that the killer would lose stacks of Save the Best for Last if the obsession lost a health state by any means. But going into the live game, we've changed that so that the obsession losing a health state by either a basic attack or a power attack is the only way the killer is going to lose stacks of Save the Best for Last. This is so that survivors can't plot, twist, or get grabbed out of a locker or a vault to make the killer lose stacks of Save the Best for Last. So basically what we did was just remove the caveat of by any means. Next up is a killer update for the Hillbilly, and we're really excited to see that players really enjoyed the chainsaw overdrive system, so thank you so much for your feedback there. But we did see that there was the most notable feedback being that the chainsaw was just too loud. So what we've done, because we care about your hearing and we want you to be able to play the game safely, we've made some adjustments there so you can continue chainsawing throughout the map without any issues.
Let's fucking go.
Now that we've covered today's update, let's look at March to April.
Jó, nézzük a következőt. Mi lesz legközelebb? A Mangled Effect, Hag, Pig, Huntress, Demo, Clown és Doktor. És a Sloppy Butcher. Oh.
So the Mangled update will focus on adding a
not
timer
good, man.
to the
Not
status
good.
effect, which allows Sloppy Butcher perk, as well as add-ons that are associated with it to remain useful while still creating, you know, opportunities for counterplay for the survivors and give them more decision-making ability. And that's it for that section of the map.
Yeah, so now we're going to look at April and June. So following that, we'll have the long-awaited update for the twins, and this is going to be coming sometime in spring or early summer. We're looking forward to reacquainting the community with the twins and making the gameplay more engaging and more interactive for everyone inside the trial. And finally, we'll have some general notes just to close some things out. So for the Blight, moving into the live game today, we'll be continuing to monitor the add-on changes that we've made to the Blight, as well as reassessing if there has been any base kit changes, and if so, where. Next, you'll probably see that we had on the graphic, Adrenaline was added to one of the perks that we're thinking about changing. This is just because we're trying to keep an eye on it, as well as some other perks, to see if we need to make any minor changes to make it more in line with anything else in the game. But that is it for our future design updates.
Yes, and that's also it basically for today's show. It went by in a breeze, at least from my perspective. I want to thank everyone so much for watching. It really means a lot to us.
Hol mutatta az adrást,
putting these shows on for you. It's a ton of work behind the scenes that you don't get to see, so I want to shout out everyone back there who made this show happen, and everyone online as well. So, just a final reminder that
nem mondod, hogy szétszedik Blightot.
Change color. The shop has new
Mert Twins teljes reworköt kap.
QR
Ne
code, so you can
szopas.
check it out to go see what we've got.
Yeah, and we hope that you've also been able to get those switch drops. I understand that there's
Jó,
been some issues
target bannolnak amúgy, target nerfölnek, azt kell, hogy mondjam. Direkt az én karakterémet nerfölik. Konkrétan, konkrétan túl híresek lettünk, chat. Túl híresek vagyunk.
And you just get those by 1 hour of watch time for the head, 2 hours for the jacket, and 3 hours for the leggings. So you've got plenty of time. Please do not feel rushed with the current issue with the website.
I can tell you're settling in nicely to Montreal with the avant-garde.
Merci beaucoup.
De rien. So for more details on Alan Wake, the update roadmap that we just shared, the new cosmetics that Rose and Kirby talked about, or anything else, head to deadbydaylight.com. We've got everything and more for you.
Yes, so now as we're closing out the stream though, we're going to go ahead and raid Ghost Arcade, an amazing Fog Whisperers.
Nice, az minket már nem érdekel. GG. Hát band meg! Konkrétan egy patchbe lenörfölték a kedvenc karakteremet és a kedvenc killer perkemet. Konkrétan target nerfölnek. Van ilyen amúgy? Konkrétan szerintem megtalálták a streamemet, és direkt lenörfölik azokat a dolgokat, amiket szeretek. Mert látják, hogy már egy perkel nyomom, érted? Megállíthatatlan vagyok, állandóan csak nyerek, és megpróbálok megállítani, ezt nem hiszem el. Ezt nem hiszem, most tanulhatom ki újra Nurse-t már megint. Hát ez hihetetlen. Szétszedik a Blightot. Már kíváncsi leszek. Aztán, hogy ennyi lesz, hogy akkor mert az addonjaival volt gond. Jaj, tudod mi lesz amúgy? Szerintem elveszik tőle a tekkeket. Szerintem nem lesznek tekkjei a Blightnak, mert mindenkinek próbálják elvenni a tekkjeit. Szóval ha tippelnem kéne, akkor azt jósolnám most meg, hogy nem lesz hacktag. A hacktag az biztos, hogy ki lesz véve. Tesó? Sorry, nem kellett volna ennyit adrázzak, most az adrát is lenörfölik, nézd meg. GG. Na megyek pízni, mert megint elkaptam a betegséget, addig lurk, megszerzem a droppokat, jó szórakozást, nem végez meg az update-hez, kösz szépen. És akkor mindjárt elkezdem megcsinálni a sorsolásokat, jó? Egy pillanat, csak ezt még nézzük meg, amit itt Dobi kiklippelt. Na mit szóltok? Egy röviden összefoglalva, egy 10-es skálán mennyit adnátok erre a izére? Erre a live-ra. Szóval elég vad volt. Nagyon sok mindent bejelentettek. Szia Cypher Fox. 10 per összes, 10 per 7, 10 per 6 7, aha. Jó sok mindent bejelentettek, nem? Rengeteget. Ez az új játékmód, ez nagyon tetszik, szerintem nagyon fogom élni. Akkor veszkert és szedjék szét. Ha belegyünk nőzbe, én félek, azt intézni kell 1-2 hívást. Hát ezt nem hagyhatjuk amúgy. Aha, én is erre gondoltam, Levi, hogy ki fogják venni a hacktag-et valószínűleg. Bald meg, de itt nem volt itt a Blight, szóval most rakták be. Ez az előző update-en nem volt itt a Blight, és tényleg, a Haddonfielden meglepődtem, de kinda nem, amúgy szerintem lenörfölik a házakat, és felerősítik az utakat, valószínűleg. Az Ultimate Weapon tudtuk, a DS tudtuk, a Genetic-et azt nem emlékszem, hogy tudtunk róla, a This is not happening az nagyon, meg a Distressing is nagyon kell, mert ja, ott van az kis egerem, ja, mondom, az a másik egerem, mondom, megy már onnan egér. Az Adrát az nagyon sajnálom, a Blood Web az nagyon jó lesz, és hát ezen nagyon beszarok, hogy konkrétan ez egy killer update lesz. Ja, de itt is killer update-et írtak. Ja, de itt külön odaírták, hogy csak addons, de akkor konkrétan teljesen átdolgozzák a Blightot. Addig rinyáltak az emberek, amíg le nem nörfölik genyó teljesen. Basszus. Kösz szépen, Momo, az 1000-es vízfreakedet, kösz szépen. Szia, Sweet Girl. Én kimentettem képbe a roadmap-et, beraktam DC-re, kösz szépen, nagyon kedves mindenki, aki ilyeneket csinált, és bedobjátok DC-re, hogy a többiek sem maradjanak le róla, de természetesen YouTube-ra majd így ezt amit így most megnéztünk, ezt így egybe berakjuk szerintem. Berakjuk YouTube-ra is, hogyha valaki lemaradt volna róla, akkor meg tudja nézni. You make me move, you make me dance.